Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrappers. So today I am back with a 2-page layout using It's the Little Things collection from Close to My Heart. If you like what you see, definitely get your hands on it because the sale for this ends at the end of the month, so February 28th. There is a scrapbooking workshop, a card making workshop, and it is a 6x6 paper collection. So it is a little bit different, and I really enjoyed the bright, fun colors of this collection. There are papers and stickers, stamps, paperboard, just a lot of fun, and a lot of fun patterns too. So what I'm going to be doing is using different strips, widths of paper and lots of different patterns. I'm going to line the left hand side of this page with the papers. I wanted to bring in a lot of the colors from the collection, and so that is one way I decided to do that. This layout is going to have a total of 6 photos on it, so that you can kind of see is the base of page 1. I did want a separating piece, so I just cut a small strip of black cardstock and added that down. Then I am going to kind of place my photos where I want them, so I have an idea of the, I guess, width of papers I'm going to need on page 2, because I'm going to do kind of the same thing, but instead I'm going to have it right down the middle. So I am just going to place these 3 photos completely just across the page, and I guess I'm going to keep the 3rd photo so I can pop that one up on some foam tape. But I kind of wanted to do the same thing from page 1 with the black. I wanted that separation, I guess, and so I did add 2 black strips, one to the top and one to the bottom of my photos. And then I had to trim down my photos, or my papers, excuse me. I'm just using the scraps from page 1, but trim those kind of down because I only had that limited space. So I'm gonna make it look like it goes all the way down the page, when in fact it doesn't. It just I just use the papers on the top and the bottom. Just another way to kind of save and get the most out of your papers. So again, just using the scraps from page 1, alternating kind of the colors, the patterns. Just had a lot of fun using all these bright colors. And a lot of times, I guess in the past, I've started to get away from it, but I do a lot of themed layouts. This one here, these photos are all from Top Golf, from a trip to Florida in May of last year. There's no golfing embellishments on this layout, so it is a little bit different for me, I guess, in that aspect, but I had a lot of fun creating this 2-page layout here. So I have that middle photo on page 2. I wanted to pop it up on some foam tape. Unfortunately, it is a 4x6 photo. I did not trim it down at all, and so the 6x6 paper pad, the papers would not work to double back this photo. So I went into my stash and found another fun, kind of crazy, colorful pattern paper to back that photo, and I will pop that one up on some foam tape. So now going to page 1 for the photos, I'm just going to stack these 2 landscape photos right on top of each other, and actually double back that as well. I'm drawing a blank for the collection that I got that pattern paper from. I think it might be Beautiful Day. It's a summer collection from a long time ago. I don't think it's available yet, but I was able to grab, I think this is Avocado actually. So it's not a complete match for that green, but it worked good enough. I wanted it double backed so it stood out a little bit more from those pattern papers. I didn't want my photos to get lost in the patterns, and I felt like double backing it would help. I am then going to use the photo of the food because I think it's delicious. I absolutely love food, and love the food at Topgolf. Quite honestly, there are like fried mac and cheese bites that are delicious, and then I think we got pretzel bites. So just had to document that as well. So I'm just going to overlap the photo, kind of have it at an angle there. And that's how kind of the placement of the photos are going to be. I did struggle a little bit, I think, with embellishing this layout. There are quite a few sticker sheets that come with the collection, but a lot of smaller stickers, I guess. And so I did kind of struggle, one, because they are smaller stickers and embellishments, and then two, because it's not themed. I don't know, for some reason adding flowers to this layout just kind of seems silly to me, but that's what I had to work with, and so that's what I ended up using, flowers and hearts and whatnot. I am going to use the title from the paperboard that comes with it. Now I'm kind of second guessing. There is a 12 by 12 scrapbooking workshop, and I think a 6 by 6 scrapbooking workshop, and the paperboard for each are different. You can buy them separately, which is what I did. So I have two paperboards, and now I'm not sure which one came with what workshop. So definitely just take a look at it, see what you like. You can buy some, you can buy, the bits and pieces, or you can buy the entire workshop. I did decide to use the stamp that came with it, just at a minimum, quite honestly, but there is a stamp that you can see here, and then it says this was, and you can fill in the space with different words that are on the stamp set. Hopefully that makes sense. So I'm going to use the nectarine and put awesome. We had so much fun. I love Topgolf, but don't get to one near enough because they're only in big cities, and I don't live next to any of the big cities. So now we're going to embellish. I wanted to use this was awesome as kind of the base for a cluster. So there was a small tag on the sticker sheet, so I added that, and I added a little heart, popped that up on some foam tape, and then this remember this sticker here, I'm going to add that to the top and use that kind of as, I guess, a base or the main element of a cluster up there. So this is where I'm going to struggle. I keep flipping through, finally decide that I am going to use flowers on the layout. And so I am going to add kind of a cluster of flowers up there, and then add from the paperboard sheet kind of these sprigs. And I just felt like that helped fill in that space nicely. And then kind of add to the title a little bit, a cluster of 3 hearts to fill in that little space. I didn't really follow any, there was no rhyme or reason to where I placed my embellishment clusters on this layout. I just placed them in spaces I felt like needed something more. So I did add one to the bottom left, and I'm going to add one to the top left. Here I'm going to add a flower to the top, and then this chipboard piece or paperboard that says fun, and kind of use that. I do end up adding 2 different phrase stickers at the top as well. One says the good life and making memories together. So that's going to finish off that top little cluster. Again, the clusters that I do make are definitely smaller than usual. I wanted to use more of the paperboard, bring in more of the black, so I found a black flower to add to the bottom right cluster. And I think I add to the top right, it's a little tab, and I just add a flower and a heart up there. Again, just to fill in that little space. Why I didn't do the bottom left of page 2, I don't know. Maybe I did kind of make a triangular embellishment effect on each page separately. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes it is kind of over the span of the 2 pages, but I guess today, if you include the title, there are 2 different triangular embellishment clusters, if that makes sense. But that is going to finish off this layout. If you want this collection, I will have the link down below for you. Snatch it up before the end of the month, and it is, unfortunately, while supplies last. So definitely don't wait to grab it if you are interested. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.